Ladies and gentlemen, so after that absolutely spectacular main account crystal opening the other day, we are now in possession of a 5-star Awakened Sentry, and we've done a little bit of Sentry gameplay on the channel before. We did like a 3-star when he first came out, and then another 3-star gameplay video just after he got buffed. And I must say, the buff was like fairly decent for Sentry, but there's one thing, because I did a little bit of testing with Sentry beforehand, you know, I wanted to get back into the rhythm because there's a very kind of specific way that you play this character, which is quite different to some of the other champions in the game. But I'm just reminded of an incredibly cancerous ability that Sentry still has that I absolutely detest. Like, I am not the biggest fan of this mechanic at all. I think it's cheap, I think it's a cash grab, and it's such a crap mechanic. So basically, Sentry kind of works like other persistent charge champions, where you have to get stacks of reality warp up, and you get one at the start of the fight, and you get one every time you get 40 hits on the combo meter. And Sentry really isn't anything like decent or special until you get about 4 or 5 of these charges. And Sentry actually has his attacks, he's a penalty on being able to carry these charges from fight to fight. So it's the second line of the Awakened ability, which I totally forgot existed, but it's so rubbish, it's so cancer there, so I just want to call this one out, because this needs to be removed. There's no reason for it, and it's just straight up like a blatant cash grab that shouldn't exist in the game. It's at the start of the fight. If health is above 81%, this was on a level 20 5-star Sentry, so you know, if you get an Awakened 5 or 6-star champion, you need to make sure every single fight you heal up to 81% or above, or else you're going to lose all your reality warp charges, and Sentry isn't going to be a very decent or viable character for like 100 or so hits. So that is absolute crap. It's one of the biggest cash grabs that I've ever seen, and it's one of the reasons that I really hated Sentry right from the start as well. I'm just reminded of it. I mean, when he came out, man, absolutely terrible character, one of the worst champion releases we've ever had. Definitely the buff and revamp to him made him a little bit better now, and he has some interesting uses, but this is still just absolute cancer. You know, imagine like Corvus Glaive, Sabretooth, you've got Aegon, Morningstar. There are so many different champions that are significantly more viable, significantly more effective, that don't need to pay a tax to transfer their stacks from fight to fight. Imagine if you had to heal up Corvus Glaive to over 80%, or Sabretooth, or, you know, Morningstar, Aegon. There's like a long list of champions. This is a crap mechanic. It's a cash grab. It's cheap for a character that is like not the best champion in the game as well. So this needs to be removed, man. And to be honest, Sentry could use some more stuff. So you could replace this one with some, like, you know, additional damage or something, some more attack bonus. And I don't think anybody would be mad about that at all. But that definitely needs to get sorted, and that was one of the things that I wanted to bring to light at the start of the Sentry video, man, because testing, I was like, where are my persistent charges gone? And then I read the ability, I was like, fuck this champion, man, that's some shit design. So anyway, that you using my platform for hopefully what is going to come for a little bit of good there, ladies and gentlemen, but they need to adjust that Awakened ability, because it's just rubbish. But anyway, we're gonna pay the price today, lads, and hopefully play quite well, so we don't need to heal up. That's definitely, you know, what we're going for today, but we're going to see what's going to happen in the video ahead. And we're also going to be bringing in the brand new Champion and Aegon synergies as well. Maybe I claimed a little bit too much science there, but we'll take it anyway. Right, I think we've got some basic ISO to round us up to level 45 there. I'm actually quite excited to play Sentry, man. Like, he's a bit of an interesting champion, and one thing that I've already liked about I've always liked, about Sentry, is his animations. I think the the character design and animations department did such a good job on Sentry. Like, he feels so good to play, and he's such a bit of a fun, a bit of a fluid character. But I think, you know, my problem with Sentry has always really been in terms of a lot of the abilities and setup of this character. And right, also in terms of the synergies that we're using, so there are some brand new ones for the Champion and Aegon. So the Champion one gives him plus 12% attack rating for each reality warp, and the Aegon one gives him both crit rate and also crit damage for each reality warp as well. So those stacks, you know, the reality warp, the persistent charge mechanic is so incredibly mega and so what is it, necessary as well. And then we've got Hulk as well, just for a little bit more crit damage, a little bit more crit, and also a little bit more attack with the Abomination Synergies. So I think that's quite a good one, because when playing Sentry, to the best of my knowledge, I don't think there are really any scenarios where you use the special 3 if you're in a standard rotation, but it is worth noting that he does have a bit of an odd and interesting synergy with Void, which allows him a Fear of the Void on the opponent, so you get the agility, the fatigue, basically all of the standard like Fear of the Void combined debuffs on the opponent, as well as increasing Sentry's attack rating by 50% for 40 seconds. So yeah, I don't know, maybe on like some power reserve nodes in the future, maybe this is gonna have like, I don't know, some interesting uses if we see a lot of those in Act 5, but that's something potentially worth keeping in mind. But generally speaking, when you see power reserve nodes, you can just cheese them with Starknaut and Spider-Man anyway, so it's not too much of a big deal there. Right, okay, let's jump into the first quest and see what we got here. So we've got Yellow Jacket, and I think we're going for the final quest in Act 5, and I want to try and take on the regeneration path if we can, because I think there could be some pretty good fights here to ramp up and test out this champion a little bit, and I'll try to explain Sentry to the absolute best of my knowledge and ability as we progress through the video, but I'm thinking about what we might want to do on the first fight here. But again, you start every fight, you get 1 reality warp charge, so you know, if you can just stay alive and above, what is it, 81% health, then we can keep going with those reality warps. But you know, it's very, very easy to get chipped down. Right, so that's the heavy attack phase that we're in at the moment. It goes special 1, heavy attack, and then you can't lose your combo phase. But also in the heavy attack phase, well, technically third phase, you also have 100% perfect block, which can be very, very useful if you are lazy at baiting out special attacks, and also you can block special attacks for a little bit more power as well if you want. Right, let's throw off the medium, special 2, not too bad there at all. Right, and in this one we unfortunately do not have perfect block, so we need to play quite well, at least around this. See, we're chipped down to 89% at the moment. Right, we're going to use this because then we'll go straight into the overpowering light as well and get a bit more damage there. Right, and there we go. Yellow Jacket is down. So we've got 2 reality warp charges, and we've got enough health to sustain into the next fight. So we got Green Goblin up next, and the damage should, again, without the reality warp charges, man, you ain't going to see anything too special from this lad. But hopefully if we can get those stacked up a little bit, we're going to see some really, really cool stuff from this dude. Some mega specials, man. Hopefully we can get something along the lines of about a 50k special too, if we can get up to 5 stacks there. But Sentry, he is really all about that ramp up. But I really just wish he didn't have that god-awful tax at the start of the fight, where you have to have him healed up a really significant amount. Right, let's fire off the special 1 there. And then we'll go for another round of combo. And want to try and get as many heavy attacks as we can in this one. Also, it's a great time to try and block special attacks as well. Let's fire this one off. Very nice, 12k heavy there. Just block this, I suppose. Might as well take the free power. And let's go for another parry. Ping, ping. And then we've got, I think, a 5 combo special too. We might be able to end this, actually. Don't know if that was a bit too optimistic there. But at least now we can get a few more hits in and nab that final reality warp charge, which allows us to start the next fight if we heal up. So yeah, it's just a little bit annoying, man, because there's so much little stuff that does chip away at the character. So I just think that tax is incredibly unfair, given that there are, you know, much better champions that don't need to pay that as well. I just think it's an absolutely terrible piece of game design there. Right, okay, so now we're going to be at 5 stacks of reality warp, so hopefully here is where we can see some of the mega damage potential of Sentry. Fingers crossed. Need to interrupt Nebula's ability to regenerate there. Also, he does have, when he's in the right phase, unblockable on both his special attacks, which can be somewhat useful in certain matchups, but that is a very, very nice special one there. Bear in mind that we pretty much do have a full team synergy dedicated to Sentry. Damn, man, that heavy attack was sick. Right, let's go again. Come on, let's get the crit for one final heavy attack. Right, I think we want to see a special 2 here, really, don't we? Let's go. Come on. Oh, very, very nice, man. Very, very nice against Nebula there. Yeah, great clean matchup. Incredibly good. Let's move on to a bit of Wolverine, bit of X-23 as well. This guy, honestly, he would be such a solid champion if he didn't have... That's just one of the reasons that I remember just hating playing this character. But I still think he is fairly solid with the Champion and Aegon synergy, because they just enhance his damage output by so much more. And if you follow Idolist or look up his channel on YouTube, he has some really, really good gameplay from a maxed out Sentry there. And some very interesting one-shots when it comes to Variant, Ultron. Right, let's get the heavy attack there. Oh man, that heavy is nasty. It's very, very good. I think one of the slightly awkward things is you can't get it on demand. But imagine being able to get like this heavy on demand against like Infinity War Iron Man. That would just be so incredibly sick. Be able to do so much there. Right, let's go. Special 2. That's got to be enough, mate. Oh, gosh. He's very fun to play. He's very, very fun to play, man. Once you get those charges up. And let's move on to X-23 now. Just gotta have a little bit of ramp there, and let's just make sure he is topped up a little bit. A couple of level 2 health potions there. Alright. Be very nice to see like Sentry get a bit of an immunity as well. I don't know what immunity he could have. Immunity to shock, maybe? You know, it's got the power of a million suns. Somehow that makes him shock immune. That'd be very, very good to see. Make him a little bit interesting and potentially viable for stuff like a final chapter of Variant. Or we should be using more heavy attacks in this opportunity here. Oh, damn, that was very close to becoming a timely end there. Yeah, you just realize those heavy attacks are so mega that you do really want to take advantage of every single one that you can get up at 5 stacks of Reality Warp. As well, there are quite a few decisions to make when playing Sentry, because you could also potentially push for a slightly higher special 2 with the Fury from the special 1 as well, because that does not last forever. Maybe that could be you know, remove the tax on Sentry's Reality Warp and add in the Fury from the special 1 last even longer for signature level. That could be it. Because that'll, you know, have more benefit and synergy with the heavy attack and special 2. There we go. Great design decisions there. But also the heavy phase does not have a 100% chance to proc. So here you can see it's grayed out. That heavy phase as well could be 100%, man. You know, it wouldn't completely ruin the character or make him super broken if it was. Oh, damn. Right, I was hoping for a crit on that one. Finish old Angela off here. But there we go, 4k medium to end it. Man, once you get this lad going, he's a friggin' unit, mate, an absolute machine. I think we are on the line of 81% health there, so let's heal back up. But you can see, like, you know, in the entire spectrum of Marvel Contest of Champions, I'm a fairly decent player, but for somebody like progressing with Sentry and wanting to use this champion on progression, like having to revive him up and then heal him up to like over 80% if they want to play like the 5 or 6 star version of him, just a bit annoying, lads. A bit annoying. There are just much better science champions to use your stones on. I think the penalty maybe goes down to something around 50%. But it just shouldn't exist, man. It's just really, really stupid in my opinion. So I'm not the biggest fan, as I've probably mentioned far too many times in this video. Right. Oh, I thought that special was going to be unblockable. I don't know why. I didn't have the special 1 phase, so that's why it wasn't going to be of service there. But now we do need to heal up because we've got clipped. We've made a little bit of a mistake. Ugh, right. But I can definitely understand why Sentry doesn't really get used in Alliance for Alliance quests. You know, those potions are tremendously, much more expensive. Let's go for the Thor, Jane Foster, and Gambit route here. Gonna need to heal up again for this lad. So let's chuck a few potions into this boy. But I'm interested to see if we can get to the final Ultron and maybe make a decent stab at him. Because I'm not too sure if we're going to be able to. But Sentry, I don't know, he should be alright for that matchup. Might just need to spam Special 1. Special 2 might be a bit risque. Right, double medium there. Just to bait out a very nice heavy. Oh man, those heavies are sick. Come on, Assassin's Heavy. Damn, I was hoping that would be Assassin's Heavy crit. And that we just knock her into next week. Very nice, man. Ooh, 27 hits. I can see why Idolist is a fan of Sentry. Like, I can definitely see why, you know, when you focus on and build around this character, he's fun to play. His animations are really, really good. And I like a lot of the revamp of Sentry. I think they did a decent job-ish with the revamp, but at the same time, man, the science class is bloody competitive. There are so many incredible characters out there now, especially with Cap Infinity War, you know, Thing, Quake, Void, Luke Cage, Gladiator Hulk. There's a lot of competition in that class for rank-up materials and Sigstones. Right, we didn't get the heavies that fight. I wish the heavy was guaranteed, man. It's bloody annoying when it doesn't proc. Most fights, man, we can't even get to a special 2. Oh, we just about got to one there. I love his special attacks, though. They feel so incredibly satisfying to fire off. Right, let's ask for help there. We'll chuck in a full energy refill as well. Why not? Let's pop over to this one. And then we got a bit of Stark and Aunt Spider-Man here. We'll have a go at this lad, and then maybe we'll try our luck against Ultron as well. See how it turns out. Jump into maybe a little bit of Realm of Legends. Try out Winter Soldier, and see what happens in that one. So we've got Stark and Aunt Spider-Man here. Could be a little bit of a tricky one, just because we're trying not to get smacked by any evades here. We'll be a little bit careful. So we want to bait out Stark's special 1 if we can. Oh, a little bit risque actually there with the SP1. Right. This should be really good. Hopefully, does he hit fast enough? Okay, his second one is actually a little bit too slow for the stun, which is a bit annoying. But luckily, he didn't get the evade there. But I think that's a bit of a risk with Sentry's heavy attack, is because it's not as fast as maybe like Cap Infinity Wars. Because you can get Cap Infinity Wars land both hits within the stun duration, so there's no risk of him like evading the second one and then attacking back in. Whereas Sentry's, I noticed, seemed a little bit slower there. But anyway, let's go for the final Ultron and see if we can, I don't know, get anything done here. We have the very annoying impart node, so I don't really know how this is going to go. But it's going to be fun to find out, I suppose. Right, it's got the regeneration at the start, which I guess we don't mind about getting too much. Oh no, I've messed up here. Right, am I dead already? Oh no, the power gain. Right, screw this one, man. We're getting to Realm of Legends. I messed up this fight really badly. There wasn't the fight, man, because Sentry's also got a debuff from his, what is it, second special as well, so that was just poorly played by myself. I got a little bit hit there. We were doing quite well, actually, up until that final fight, you know, not bad at all. But let's jump into a little bit of Realm of Legends and see if we can explore this lad's potential against Winter Soldier and Captain Marvel. Because, you know, I've recently played, I think, like, Venom and Carnage against some fights like this. I don't know if we did it in some of the rank-up ones, but Venom and Carnage, man, they get the Realm of Legends bosses down, even as 4-star rank 4 champions, very, very quickly. But I do understand Sentry is going to need to get his combo hits ramped up a little bit. And we probably should look at avoiding taking too much block damage, ideally. But also don't want to ruin the pacing too much. Right, I need to do a 4 combo here. Get a nice little special 2 there. Just trying to... If we could get that like perfect block to align with baiting out special 2, that would be absolutely fantastic. Right, we'll wait for another round of 5 combo, because we want to maximise when that Fury's going on to hopefully line up with a nice special 2 there. Some heavy attacks. So the heavy attacks, I don't think they're overly worth using yet, just because we don't have the stacks of Reality Warp. So can we get any crits on them? Yeah, we're also not really going to get that many crits until we've got the combo ramped up. So let's push toward the special 2 phase. We're about to go up to 3 stacks of Reality Warp, so, you know, we're getting there. But I don't think I've seen many people do Labyrinth of Legends of Sentry. I don't know if anybody has, actually. I don't know if even Idolist has. Maybe there might be a few early kills, but I don't know anybody that's done a full run. There's got to be somebody out there, though, I assume, that's probably taken Sentry into Labyrinth. But I'm very interested. If you are a die-hard Sentry player, looking at you, Idolist, leave your thoughts on Sentry in the comment section below. I'd be interested to have a little bit of a read, get some more opinions. Oh, very nice special too. And also, if there's anything that I've missed out of today's video, because I know also one of the features, Sentry has a very, very small heal via his 3rd special as well. Right. Oh, just about. But you consume a stack of Reality Warp. And you can only activate the heal as well if you're below 50%. Something to bear in mind. Oh, I think I've messed up the rotation a bit by using a 2nd special 1. I think we might still be able to get it back. Oh no, I totally messed up my combo there. Mistakes were made. Right, we're going to regain this one, man. We haven't lost our stacks of Reality Warp yet. Right. Let's go for SP1. Unfortunately, we're just not getting any of these heavy procs at all. I really do think that heavy proc should be guaranteed, man. Just don't really see any reason why it's not, for the most part. This creates a lot of bad RNG. But even like with the best RNG, like Sentry is still... He's still very far from like some of the best champions in the game. Right, just had to pump that one out to try and get the bonus there. Should have probably gone for a parry in special 2, actually, in hindsight. Right, Power of a Million Suns unleashed. Perfect. And then we got another phase of no steadfast approach. Bro, we've had so many of these in a row. There also needs to be a mechanic that's like, if you didn't get steadfast approach before, if they don't want to like guarantee it, there should be a mechanic that's like, if you didn't proc it last time, you make sure you proc it the time after. Because it's so dull when you don't get any procs of it at all. So that would be, you know, incredibly nice to see. Be a big, big fan of that. But I suppose now, actually, we're probably in the scenario where we can show off the special 3. So all of that damage that I took was actually very tactful. But you're going to see here, in some ways, it's a little bit illogistical to use a special 3. Or you might be able to do it in some interesting fashion, actually. Because if we get 120 hits, we should maybe get another stack of Reality Warp. So, because using the special 3 consumes 1 stack of reality warp. So we're going to fire this off here. Let's see if we get the regeneration. And then let's see as well if we get to 120 hits, if we get the reality warp charged back. Because that could be a bit of an interesting way to play him. There we go, look. Got a bit of regen there. Totally messed up everything else about the character's rotation, but, you know, it's what it is. And yeah, we got the charge back. So great times, great times. Just somewhat impractical for not a very strong regeneration ability there. Right, Winter Soldier, get that special 2 out, you lad. Let's go. Ugh, that does feel good. The perfect block feels great, man. Be a perfect block like that all the time, definitely be a significantly more desirable character. I don't think we can reach the special 2, yeah. A little bit off. Just throwing this SB3, man, does ruin it a little bit, but how many hits overall was that? It felt long, man. It felt like it took ages. 319. Again, it wasn't the most perfect rotation in the world. Should we try and go for a pretty efficient fight against Captain Marvel? Let's heal this lad up and see what we can do here. So let's get a couple of these boys in and a few of these as well. And let's just go absolutely berserk against this Captain Marvel. See if we can get her down in a fairly decent time. So this is full Sentry potential at rank 3, providing we play right as well. That is definitely a big one. Right, initiate heavy attack. Let's try and get some heavies. Right, we've got a few heavies off there. The other one won't get the full damage bonus, so let's shoot for a special 2. Pretty nice. So pretty much one round there has taken her down 20%, but we didn't play with maximum efficiency there. Playing a little bit better. Right, if we can nail the parry here, that's going to be perfect. Straight into a heavy attack. Whew. Parries are maybe a tad slow today, but we'll get 5 in a row if we can. Right, heavy and one more heavy. Let's go. We'll get a bit of a combo. Special 2. Right, we definitely have some excess power here. Let's fire this one off. Do we now have too much power? Yeah, I should have fired off that SB1 a little bit earlier, actually. Okay. Heavy attack. Right, I think we might as well throw a combo. And then... Oh no, I should have done one less hit on that combo. Yeah, this second hit of that special 2 didn't gain the effectiveness from it. Oh, damn. Well, well, well. That was a much, much better kill, man. I'm very glad we decided to continue that one and pay the price to heal up there. 157? Not bad. The kill time, I think, was somewhere between, like, 3.5, 4 minutes there. So it was alright. I think I've definitely had, like, similar kill times of other kind of rank 4 4-star champions that I consider to be a slightly higher tier there. Obviously, the hit counter is a little bit lower just because you get so much damage, you know, from those massive, massive heavy attacks. And we did make a couple of mistakes in that fight, but I think as well we also got very, very lucky proccing the heavy stance every single time. So yeah, I don't know. I still think, you know, Sentry, I think I've got him at, like, low demigod or high demigod tier. I think I've got him at high demigod with Synergies. And I think that's a fairly fair ranking for the champion. But the thing that I hate most is just the tax that you need to pay in order to get the viability of Sentry to transfer from fight to fight. I think that's utter BS and definitely needs to be removed from the game. But aside from that, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think of Sentry? Let me know in the comments section below. Aside from that, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.